Can you just share a little bit more? What do you think was surprising for you? I know you sent a couple of numbers in terms of where we are at the moment, but was there anything else that stood out for you?
Yeah, a combination of things. So the first one is the rate of innovation. It was so hard to keep up with everything that was going on. It's a whirlwind of innovation. If you think of just, some of the biggest vendors out there, they shipped just in the last 6 months 50 significant breakthroughs, all the way from agentic AI, autonomous agents, multimodal, capabilities, coding assistance, and a lot of especially domain-specific platforms. And that's why, I put together, the 200 plus. These were more, this is not even talking about the 39 LLMs out there. Those are kind of like generic across the board. Just, 200 plus on CS and CX. And this is by no means exhaustive, right? And so it was just so hard to keep up. The second one, and I mentioned this again, but I want to mention again, and for me, it's a huge surprise, the representation gap and what this really means as CS and CX leaders, because we are potentially facing a vicious circle. And we really need to think about those underrepresented segments, because if we're not feeding in that data, the models are biased and the inequalities are wider and wider. Right. And this is relevant both for people in their careers as well as for consumers, especially those vulnerable customers. And the last one, although there were many surprises, but the last one I think it's worth highlighting, and we touched on it, is just the lack of depth. The productivity gains are not really translating for most of the, leaders that answered the survey into real strategic, human-centered strategies. So, and that's really staggering, because if we don't really tackle that, we're at risk of obsolescence. I sense that AI, for the most part, is being treated as a side project, but it really needs to be at the heart of everything we do. And we need to bring everyone along the journey, both internally and externally, right? So that was probably the three that I would highlight as the three favorite ones that, really hit home.
Yeah, sounds like, again, if you think about, customer success in its principle and project management, if you don't have the right project plan and you just do things haphazardly, it's probably going to go wrong. And this is probably the same with your AI strategies.